You know, I like feeling comfy before I start a video. The Sony A7R III, which is the camera I'm filming with right now, is the closest thing to perfect when it comes to consumer level vlogging cameras. You know, before I even thought about making this video, I was trying to think about things that I don't like about the thing, and I can't seem to think of anything that I don't like, so let me just tell you what I like. Number one is the autofocus. With my old camera, with this one here, this Panasonic G85, you know, has a flip out screen and everything, I couldn't rely on the autofocus. You know, I was always out of focus, it was very unreliable, and it was very frustrating as a vlogger. None of that applies to this camera. The keys, I can point it right at the camera, and you know, it'll have no problem focusing on exactly what I have in the frame here, you know, and then I can come out of it and come into it, and then, you know, here I am. I put this big old camera right in front of my face. Like, this thing just knows how to focus. And I love it. And you see, you know, the biggest complaint, or the, you know, kind of the gripe people have with this camera is that there's no flip out screen. There's this trend that, you know, vloggers think you need a flip out screen to daily vlog. And I used to believe that. And I was really worried about that when I got this camera, but I'm here to tell you right now that you don't need a flip out screen. Anytime that I've used the flip out screen was just to make sure that I was in focus. So the fact that I know that I'm in focus right now in this shot pretty much renders this whole screen useless. I don't need it. I totally understand with the type of vlogging that you could be doing, that maybe the flip out screen might be helpful. The only thing I can think of really is whether or not you want perfect framing and perfect composition in all of your shots. Then, you know, a flip out screen would be good, and you know, gives you that peace of mind to know that all your framing looks good. But if you think about it, like daily vlogging, think about what is daily vlogging. It's about, you know, roaming around the world, you know, going left, right, center, placing your camera down, telling your story, you know, getting across to the audience exactly what you want to say, and then you're gonna pick it back up, keep walking and going about your day. And I just think it's just at that pace of vlogging, like a typical daily vlogger, you know, nothing's gonna be perfect. You don't have time to make your framing and your composition perfect. And you know, and the last thing for me is that the flip out screen not being there has really allowed me to focus on who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to you guys, the audience, and the only thing I get to look at when I'm looking at this camera is the lens right in front of me. Now, when I had the Panasonic, you know, I would be so focused at this screen because it's right there. Like, it's a bright screen, and you know, all right, so there's other things, you know, this is not gonna be like a technical review or anything, but you know, the battery life on this camera is incredible. I never have to rely on this thing dying. This camera does cost a lot of money, and it better come with a good quality image, and obviously it does. It shoots beautiful 4K. I'm very content with the in-body stabilization on the camera. And then, you know, you have all of your slow motion options, like you can shoot up to 1080 at 120 frames per second. You know, at the end of the day, I can go on and on about why the Sony A7R III is an incredible piece of hardware. When I think about, you know, what makes the most successful company successful in the world, is they're able to develop products that just work, and they just work effortlessly. You know, when I think about a company like Sony and their Alpha camera series, and I think about the Sony A7R III, there's nothing more I can describe this camera than that it just works, and it just works effortlessly.